Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to another episode of a Friday Reminder with UMD MSA. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. A man went to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and asked him to advise him. The man asked the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to advise him. We all know of this hadith, very commonly shared and narrated. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told him that don't get angry. He told him the best thing to do is not to get angry in terms of situations when something happens out of nowhere. Another similar example is when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was walking past the woman who was crying in the graveyard, and she reacted against Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then she went back to apologize to him, and he told her that patience is at the very first strike. That whatever you have done, you've done that. If you had actual patience, you would not have reacted against me. Now, the discussion that I want to hold with everyone today is understanding how we can control our sense of anger. But before we talk about how we can control it, we have to understand what actually angers us. This is a part of knowing oneself, right? So as a student, I'm sure that many things or many environments cause us to become triggered, right? So for example, one case might be at home, right? Many of us students become angry and upset with our parents. I've discussed this in lectures before. Many students, they want to get married, right? They're like, oh, I want to get married, whatever it is. And then maybe their parents are giving them a hard time. They become angry, they become upset, they rebel against their parents, right? Maybe other situations come when kids want to do things. They want to go out, or they want to figure out, maybe they want to travel and parents are not giving them an easy time. Whatever the case may be. Or maybe the kid's in the wrong and the parents are actually in the right in many situations, and the kid's just getting upset. We're like that, you know, but we get angry. And then we get angry and we get mad at our parents, even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not even say oof to your parents, right? But then we get mad, and we get angry and we start saying things, right? Then it becomes awkward in the home and we don't know what to say anymore. We regret it. We want to say sorry, but we're not used to saying sorry in our life. So then we don't even know how to approach our own parents. That's one situation. Another situation is at school. People can trigger you, right? Not just as a guy, not just as a girl, but even as a believer. You can see, especially at UM Dearborn, right? There are many people advocating for other religions, right? And they'll come and they'll start giving you their da'wah, right? That can trigger you at one point, right? Maybe they'll start putting you or the MSA in a certain way where it upsets you. You have to be calm. You have to be patient in those situations. You have students that you're working with on team projects. You have to understand how to deal with those people. Not everyone's Muslim. And even the Muslims don't know everything. So whenever it comes to dealing with students on team projects or at school, whatever it may be, even a teacher who upsets you, maybe she graded you a lot less than you deserved. You deserved an A-, she gave you a B+, and you get angry. Even in those situations, you have to calm down, right? Calm down and be patient and reassess the situation. And the third situation could be at work. Right, you're working with your employee or your manager. Your manager's giving you a hard time, or you got to work overtime, or whatever it is, or they're not giving you all the resources you need to complete your job correctly, whatever. And you're upset at the work environment, and you become angry. And I'm going to add the fourth one, my personal favorite, where students become extremely triggered: online. That you are on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, whatever it is, you're on Snapchat. Someone says something, someone does something, and next thing you know, it triggers you to a point that you're just typing away. Now you're not just typing, now you're recording, you're giving a reaction video, whatever it is. You have all this form of anger just coming out in so many ways. And it's on the internet. And it remains forever. That the internet is so scary that people go back years and years and years into someone's life in their past when they used to be different and bring it back out to define who they are today. And that is not correct, by the way, because people change over time and they can become better. Nonetheless, my point is that these four situations are situations where we can come across becoming triggered, and we might become angry. And as believers, we have to believe that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, whatever he said is true. And if he's giving the best advice, and the best advice that he can give is that you and I should control our anger, then that's exactly what we need to do. We know the practical steps, right? In terms of a spiritual understanding, that we say the isti'adah, which is saying A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, which is saying that, Ya Allah, I seek refuge in you from the accursed shaitan, from the devil himself, right? That's one way of working and to calm down our anger. Something else, making wudu, right? That form of coolness that comes when you put water on your face and your arms and your feet and wipe over your head, it calms you down. It's a calming process, not just physically but also spiritually, right? And obviously it may lead to you praying. beyond that, just you physically sitting down or lying down, that you're controlling your body from acting out, from lashing out, that you're physically telling yourself, calm down. These are practical steps. But I want to add something else, a psychological step. That whatever angers you, you are mature and smart enough and intellectual enough at a point that you are in your life right now to know your trigger points. Lay them out. Say that if I go on Facebook and I follow this page, I always get triggered. Stop following that page. Stop following. These environments upset me. These environments anger me. Know what these environments are. List them out for yourselves and avoid them the best you can. And also train your brain that to say that, hey, by chance, if I come across this situation, you can't avoid your family, by the way. So let's use the family as an example. My mom is upsetting me. My dad's always nagging at me. He's always complaining. She's always demeaning me. Whatever it is, she's comparing me to my cousin. Whatever it may be. And it's upsetting me, it's angering me. Tell yourself ahead of time that I have to control my tongue, because the narration goes that mankind, humans, us, we might say something that we think is completely harmless, and it ends up leading us to the depths of hellfire. So we have to understand that every single word that comes out of our mouth, whether we think it's amazing or it's harmless, it can lead us to the hellfire if it's actually harmful. So be very careful, because it's not because you're protecting the other person from your words. No. At the end of the day, we're just protecting ourselves from the hellfire. And that's the approach we need to have to really fight against our anger. Allah give us tawfiq to do that, inshallah. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.